Welcome back to Smiths Falls, everybody. Paul Vallincourt here is the head pro over at Smiths Falls Golf and Country Club. Welcome.
Thank you.
Rob Rodine is a chiropractor here in Smiths Falls. Matter of fact, you have a practice here.
Yes.
And in Perth as well, right?
My wife practices.
Yeah, your wife practices there. We're going to talk a little bit about golf. First of all, how's the season going at beautiful Smiths Falls Golf and Country Club?
Well, it's going great around the weather. So,
yeah.
Other than that, the golf course is in great shape.
It's a fun course to play.
Oh, it's a beautiful golf course.
Yeah, and lots of great golfers coming out of this area.
Some really good ones.
Yeah,
yes.
We're going to talk more about that later. How much, and you would have a lot to say about this, posture and golf. They go together like this, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's probably the biggest key that's overlooked with most amateurs.
Yeah, bad posture leads to bad golf, there's no question.
Bad golf and some injuries. You know.
Yeah, I bet you deal with a lot of injuries from golf, Rob?
Absolutely. The back pain is one of the most common injuries that comes from golf swing, but also shoulders, knees, and elbows as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the setup first. And I changed my posture when it comes to golf over the winter because I found out a few things.
Yeah.
I'm a little more upright and, you know, bending in the proper areas in the proper ways. Isn't that what we're looking at, Rob? Is that what we want to do?
Absolutely.
So when you're addressing the golf ball, how do you like to set people up, Paul?
Well, I like to see your spine staying as straight as it can and bending from the hips more from the spine itself, right? A lot of people tend to just hunch over the ball and they kind of sit their bum down and under. And
when you hear people on TV talk about spine angle, that's what they're talking about.
Exactly. Right? I mean, your typical amateur stands with about a 28-degree spine angle, and when you look at your golf pros, they're at about a 36.
Right.
So, and they maintain that during the golf swing, whereas the amateurs are at 28, they're a little too upright, and then they straighten up through the ball as well.
Exactly.
So.
Now, Rob, where do the injuries occur? Where is the most problem when it comes to a golf-related back injury or something like that?
Well, number one starts at the lower back, and a lot of that has to do with how much mobility you have in your hips. So as an example, if you're trying to get that angle that you need to, there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One, you can bend at the spine and just move forward, or the other is that you can bend at the hips.
Right.
Keep your spine in a more neutral position. Right. So the more neutral your spine is, the safer the position is.
So you want more bending at the hips than the spine?
You want to make sure that you're hinging a little bit there, so that you're not hyperextending at the lower back, you're not flexing, so you're staying in that nice neutral posture and coming forward. It's
so easy, though, to fall into that sort of bad posture situation, right?
Yes.
Because for a lot of people, it starts out more comfortable. Right. It starts out thinking they can hit the ball earlier, or better. Right?
Better,
Yeah. But you want to have proper posture.
You need proper posture, and along with that, good balance.
Right. So, and that balance that you create, good center of gravity and all, is all related to what we're talking about here.
Well, one of the other things that you need to consider is the amount of mobility that you're coming from your hips themselves in terms of rotation. So with the amount of rotation that comes through your spine, a golf swing, there's a lot of rotation that's happening. Yeah. But there's only so much that's going to come from your lower back. Yeah. So you need to make sure that you're, particularly on your lead leg, if you're not getting enough rotation in and around through that, then what's happening is you're going to make up for that elsewhere. So that's going to come through within your shoulders, your lower back. It's going to follow right through into your wrist as you're going. So you're going to get this little bit extra strain all the way. And that's where the injuries come on.
Is crucial, not only to your injuries and lack of them, but your golf game itself. Yeah. It's amazing how it all comes together. Now, I got to ask you, what's in the water here in Smiths Falls that you got so many good young golfers coming out of here? What's going on? Is it Rob and his chiropractic clinic, or is it you?
Well, you know, the golf club's always had a great program, junior and up, and we know who we're talking about here, but there's
Brooke Henderson,
a bunch of people before that led the way. I know through the 23 years I've been at the golf club, we put through 16 young gentlemen through the golf program. Yeah. So that's over the course of 20 years, and then the girls came along, Brittany and Brooke, and I don't know what's in the water, but there's something there, and
I think
we're pretty proud of it.
I think it's the ability and the willingness to provide that opportunity for young golfers and develop them, right?
Exactly, and I mean, you know, little country clubs have, it seems, a little more time to give to the juniors, and they can go out and work on their game without the big crowds like there are in the city golf course.
Yeah. And oddly, Brooke Henderson's starting to get crowds around her all the time now.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
We don't see her much of her in the summer, but
no.
you know, we know the whole club's behind her, the whole town's behind her.
Well, I talked to her a couple times, and I hear her talking to people, and she doesn't forget where she comes from. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's for sure. She's very humble and proud of where she comes from.
Well, now I know 2 things: where to come for golf lessons, and if I have trouble with my back. It all works out nicely. Fellas, thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you.
Great to be in your hometown.
Yeah, come on up and play sometime.
I'm going to do that. Smith Falls is a wonderful golf course. Okay. Absolutely beautiful.